What's up, guys? It's John with National Sports Entertainment, and I wanted to cover today's games and, of course, tomorrow's. As I said, we have quite a bit of games tomorrow, a lot of college basketball, and, of course, we have the NFL. So, I looked over the NBA, honestly. We have so many plays, and I just like the college metrics better, and we have NFL as well. So, no plays for the NBA tomorrow, but as far as like I said, our metric plays, we have a ton of them. From what I can tell, as far as there wasn't anything that really jumped out to me in the NBA. There's some times where some lines will look trappish. I was looking over the Pistons, I was looking over some of them, but none really like just jumped off the page. Anyway, we had another good day. We did. I think we're up 5 units, a 5 unit profit. Nothing crazy, but been doing well. We did finish yesterday up 4 units. The Pacers wound up going over by like a point or so at the end yesterday. So we could have, I think we would have finished up 6 units, wound up swinging us to +4, but I'll definitely take that. And today I think we did a little bit better at 5 units. And we've been doing good on leg threes. Again, I reserve leg threes for plays that I'm talking absolute worst team against the spread versus a very good team against the spread, a trap line, basically everything, like everything you could ask for. And more often than not, they come through. Sometimes it's narratives, which we'll get into in a second. So anyway, Ryder Niagara, just a simple metric play. Not going to get them all, but I played that under. Niagara continues to go over, so we missed that. That's one down, 1 unit. Marist, we did go with the over. It went under considerably, just low-scoring teams, but figured public might be on the under, so that puts us down 2 units. And just for the sake of condensing, Kent State Akron did not go under, so that puts us down 4 units. And then Mount St. Mary's was our leg 3 for 4 units. They covered easily. They did very well. Again, looked like a trap. So that puts us at even. Wagner came through on the cover, putting us up 1. Wisconsin got the cover very much like Michigan State, as I said. Reminded me of that type of game. This time it broke our way, which is nice. So I'll definitely take that, up 3 units. Back to 2 units because Fairfield did not go under. Hawks Heat, 4 units. And this one was an interesting one because this one started at like 5 points, moved all the way to 12, plus 12 for the Hawks, and then moved all the way, according to ESPN, to the Hawks getting a point. They wound up winning, so obviously it didn't matter. But just very, very weird. I'm guessing it's because they do this all the time. They ruled out Trey, and then I'm guessing the Heat ruled out Jimmy. But either way, Hawks covered. We played the metric. Almost made it a leg 3, but oh well. The line was way too fishy for me to do that. We did get our leg 3 with the Suns, though. So that's 4 units, putting us up 8 units. And it's technically 8.8 if you want to be technical, but it's 8 units. It was a plus 120, but the narrative reigns supreme. I'm pretty sure the big 3 played. They've been pushing that, so we got both leg 3s again. And then the Nuggets puts us up 9 units. They got the straight up win. Did not get the over, so it puts us to 7. And the Spurs did not come through. I thought that one was chasing fool's gold, but either way, thought it was worth the play. So up 5 units, nothing crazy. But again, a good steady day. This is really all we want. Closing out leg 3s. We're not getting a ton of leg 3 losses. We have some leg 2 losses heading to leg 3s, but we're closing them out. So that's what's important. We got a couple leg 2 losses yesterday, closed them out. Of course, we're not going to close them all. But even close to this pace, we're doing very well. I believe we're up over 20 units. And the thing is, we started this about 6 weeks ago. And right off the bat, I want to say 3-4 days in, anyone that was tailing, down 20 units. And you might ask why. It's because in hockey, I'm not exaggerating, I think we finished minus 40-something units in like 2 weeks of hockey. Gosh, I just put out lemon after lemon for hockey, realized it was just not working. We cut hockey out and basically been in the profit since. But yeah, so if we didn't do hockey, we'd be up probably like 30, 40-something units, who knows. But we're still doing very well. And again, I think it just proves the system. Not many systems you could, start off in the red for a good week and considerably down in units and just kind of bounce back over we do a plus 16 the other day. We got plus 5, plus 4, and I think plus 6 3 days in a row, or something like that. So just, really looking good. And there's going to be down days, but again, it's all about the numbers bearing true over time. And it might seem like forever, but it's just been a little over a month, and you can see that the numbers do bear true. I think they'll continue to bear true. So yeah, I just wanted to go into that. I'm going to officially cover. I'm going to go into all tomorrow's games. Just gonna drop them all for everybody, but I am going to go into the Ravens game one more time, just because there's something interesting that was mentioned a few times. I didn't mention it in my last YouTube video, so I'll probably just again put this on there as well, because I wanted every facet covered. And there's one interesting part of that game. Someone mentioned in a comment, "Hey, nobody's going to talk about this," and I forgot to talk about it in my video, so I will be talking about it. So anyway, you can see a couple like 2 losses today. So we want to, Kent State didn't get it done, so I'm looking at 3, and then obviously we don't have to close them immediately, but I do want to get them closed. So here's tomorrow's plays. And again, if you're watching this on Patreon, then you know exactly how this works. Every single night we just run through these. If it's your first time seeing it, because I'll probably drop this on YouTube just because of simplicity and getting the NFL out. This is what we do every single week, every single night, I should say. So this was like last night's plays, the night before, and then you can see I connect them all. So every time we have a leg 2, I wind up attaching it to a leg 1 loss. Basically a very complex Martingale system that we started. And if you go back and watch the very first video on here, because I do a free trial for people, you'll see that Buffalo covers Butler was our first play. Evansville, not one play missed. We just, make sure they're all covered. And then there's a guy, Chris. I always appreciate you, Chris. He's in here, and he charts these very, very well. So if there's any that's like a misgrade, or I just, for whatever reason, got the spread. Sometimes I'll have like a -5 and they're getting 5. He's always the first one to bring it to my attention to make sure everything is accurate. So yeah, from his chart, he did his own chart. I believe we should be up over 20 units. He's the one who brought the hockey to my attention, so you guys could thank him for that, because I knew it wasn't going well, but goodness gracious, we did bad in hockey. But yeah, not to just endlessly scroll, but as you can see, we take this very seriously and cover it in great detail every single night. Whether we have a rough night or a really good night like we've been having, we cover it. So anyway, again, tonight, good night. I'll always take it. Going into tomorrow, Arkansas Pine Bluff like the under. They've been getting this number basically every game, the mid 150s, because they're just really good on the over. And I think it's worth a leg 1 for 1 unit. Again, if it was set at like 140, that's like also like a trap. Makes me like the under more, but 154.5, people might be on the over, people might be on the under. I'm just fading Arkansas Pine Bluff on the over, so 1 unit that it goes under. Kentucky, Georgia, again, 1 unit, 162.5. Again, in a real league, I'd be all over this under, but we're working with, basically reversed principles now. We know when it's 162.5, the public is more likely to take the under, even with high-scoring teams, so only 1 unit there. Lamar, a little more conviction in that one. They've been going over very consistently, as much as Arkansas Pine Bluff. It's at 155.5, and they play a very fast pace. I think people are going to be on the over this game, so I like it a little more than the Arkansas Pine Bluff one. So this is for 2 units to go under. North Colorado, Portland State, again, North Colorado, 80% something on the over. You can see they're all getting about the same spread because they're at the same metric about, so I like the under there for 1 unit. Wofford and NC Greensboro. Now this one's set kind of low, and it's because NC Greensboro doesn't do crazy on the overs. Wofford, on the other hand, goes over a lot. So to be at 140.5 feels like a trap, feels like public should be on the over. Like it for 2 units. Our first 3-unit play, or 4-unit play, I'm sorry, for leg 3, is Dartmouth Yale to go over. Dartmouth left a very sour taste in my mouth like vinegar, because we had them going over in their last matchup, and they were 8% again on the over, and I had them going over saying there's no way they're going to finish at 8. And somehow, the team rankings, they moved to 15%, but we didn't get our over somehow. So like it was a ridiculous clip that I went with the ESPN spread, which is almost always what they use for team rankings. And according to ESPN, they did not go over, but if you look at the team rankings, they improved from 8 to 15. So it's like they went over and took our money, so it's kind of just like a rough deal there. So I'm hoping that they pay us back this time. So still the worst team in the entire collegiate league here, going over. It's not set at like 120, 132 and a half. Public should be all over the under, so that's worth 4 units. West Illinois, Tennessee State, again, just West Illinois sucks on the over. Set moderate, so 1 unit. Same with East Illinois. Basically same story. They're playing Lindenwood, 135 and a half. I got that for 1 unit over. UC Riverside, I like them to cover. We've been banking with Cal St. George. I mean, I think the last 3 times they've played, we have faded them on a leg 3 for 4 units and easily covered. Actually, no, we got clipped on CS Fullerton. But the one before that and the 2 after we were able to get, because it's ridiculous. Cal State Norge is like, I don't know, 12-4. UC Riverside's like 7-8 or something, and UC Riverside's a favorite here. And I get it's not just about records, but when you have a team that's covering spreads left and right, and they're getting points here, and again they've won way more games than the other team, it stands to reason people are going to be on Cal St. Norge. So I think Riverside might just blow them out, like we just got a couple in a row. So that's another leg 3 for 4 units. Definitely worth it. Old Dominion, that was going to be a leg 1 until I saw 11 and a half points. They're not that much better than UL Monroe, that I can tell. Like, I don't think people think that, at least. And we cashed them on a leg 3 against Marshall just 2 nights ago. But it's going to be a leg 2 for 2 units. I like it, not as much as the Marshall play. Giving up 11 and a half, people should be all over UL Monroe. So 2 units. This is my fool's gold play. You guys can make fun of me for this one. I'm going with Detroit Mercy on the 20th to get their first win. I think they're 0-20 now, so I think it'd be pretty fitting. But I think they get it done. I saw something on First Things First where they were talking about this might be Detroit's month. And, he was talking about the Pistons got their first win, and the Lions, and how Michigan won. Nick Wright was talking about all this. They left Detroit Mercy out because it didn't fit the talking point, but maybe he was kind of giving us a little bit of a seed planted. Maybe Detroit Mercy breaks it out. So I like the value. But the 10.5 points, they've come close like 3 times. Maybe this time they get it. So just 1 unit, I'm going to take them to win. Idaho State, I like to cover there. Eastern Washington's really good against the spread, so pretty simple. South Mississippi wins. It's a pick 'em, and Troy's really good against the spread, so like 1 for 1 unit. Middle Tennessee to cover. New Mexico State. Again, these are all match. All these teams are like 20% against the spread or on the over, or 80%. It's insane. So yeah, Middle Tennessee State to cover. New Mexico State. We got UTEP covering West Kentucky. Looks like a trap as well, on top of UTEP sucking against the spread. Here's our next leg 3. This is the most leg 3s we've had in quite a while, if you haven't noticed, and it's because we have some open leg 2s. And again, it's just they're plays that I really like. So if we have open leg 2s and they're plays that I really like, I'm gonna play them. SEMO. I like Southeast Missouri to cover whoever this is, South Illinois University Edwards, whatever the heck it is. We're getting 7.5, and I think the public might go either way. I'm just, again, playing the metrics. SEMO sucks against the spread. I think it's worth 4 units. Missouri covers Florida. Just looks like a good old-fashioned trap. Not to mention, Missouri sucks against the spread. So I like the 2.5, though. I'm not going to take the money line. This could be a close game, so I'll take the 2.5, and that's our next 4-unit play. And then our last leg 3 4-unit play is going to be the Ravens to cover the Texans. And then we got the Packers covering the Niners plus 9.5 as a leg 2. The reason the Ravens cover the Texans is I don't want to say my favorite play, but the reason I made it a leg 3 for 4 units, and the reason I like it a lot, is I already liked the Ravens to cover. And then, as I pointed out, someone pointed this out on the comment section, I couldn't forget that C.J. Stroud made the grave mistake of acknowledging Jesus Christ as his Savior, and I do believe that will not go unpunished. As you know, these people do not care about Jesus Christ. Just ask Tim Tebow, just ask Derek Carr. So it'll be interesting, but I think he might have screwed up maybe on the script. Who knows? Maybe he wasn't supposed to say that. I don't hear many other players talking about it, and I do think he will be shamed for it. I'm not kidding. Anyway, I think he has a penance to pay anyway, so I think it makes perfect sense. And it just happens, right? He mentions Jesus. Good chance CJ is going to get completely toasted here. So I absolutely love the Ravens to cover now with this new information. I already did, as I went into my last NFL video. but it's worth 4 units in my opinion as a leg three. As you know, most of the football season we've done very well when we've done leg threes, just because if I have that much conviction in a game, it usually comes through. Packers I like, just not as much, but I do like them. I think we're going to get the split here where we get a favorite covering and then the underdog covering. And yeah, I just feel like CJ is definitely going to get beat down pretty hard for, again, acknowledging Jesus. Probably not something the NFL cares or wants to see. So again, I might be reaching, but we've seen people. Jesus, Facebook. Delete my Facebook. I can't even make this up. They deleted my Facebook account a long time ago, and I get notifications, and then when I go, it's on Twitter too. I get notifications for Twitter. I click on them, and it's like, oh yeah, you can't do anything. So I don't know how the heck I'm still getting these stupid notifications. Anyway, so yeah, I love the Ravens cover here. Let me know what you think about the CJ beatdown. Again, CJ acknowledging JC. Maybe a little bit of a palindrome. You guys can do with that what you will. But I do find it pretty interesting. So we'll have to see what happens. And again, I just think it also makes sense anyway for the Ravens to cover, because I think the public's going to be on Houston. And yeah, the Packers, I like that for 2 units. So we have a ton of units in play. Here's a fun fact. Maybe not fun fact, but it's an interesting fact. The last time we had this many units in play was last Saturday. We had 39 units in play last Saturday. Just looking at this, we're about 30. I'm doing this really fast, so I'm going to be way off, but I'm looking at about the same. I'm looking at like 38 something units. We had 39 units in play last Saturday, and it'd be hard to guess what we did on that day because, of course, we could have finished up 10, up 20, down 5. We finished +1. It was pretty interesting. We completely broke even on a 39 unit day. Not sure how that's even possible, but we did. Hopefully we do better than that. Obviously with Juice, we don't want to be breaking even with that many units. I think we're going to have a good day. We usually do really good on Saturdays. I like these football plays, like I said. That's why I wanted to cover them more extensively. And I figured for the people that don't see what we do every single night, all these tedious games, we go through them all, and we just find the best metric plays. NBA came through pretty good today. Spurs would have been nice, but we're not going to get them all. And yeah, we've just been doing good as of late. Again, so many of these teams in college, these spread records just aren't going to hold. So, this is from when we went 14-2 a couple nights ago, and it's all documented every single night. So just for the people that don't know or weren't too sure what we do, again, it's pretty entailed, and we do recaps every night like this, and basically just go into the best teams to not defy history, which if you look at my take on teams covering the spread, over-unders, things like that, in history, you'll never see teams finish under a certain echelon or over a certain echelon. So when we have dozens of them right now playing on Saturday that are defying history, it just makes it where usually at the very worst we split and we usually wind up doing much better. So a good bit of leg 3 for 4 units. As you know, that's the most I'll play. We played one leg 4 all year this year. I didn't even want to play it, decided to play it, and it did not work out. So again, a leg 4 is 8 units lost. It would be plus the 4, 3, and 2. So you're looking at 15 units lost on a sequence with leg 4s. That's why I don't chase past 7. So typically, just again, for the people that aren't too sure, and when we have time, I will go through a deep dive on these, exactly for anyone who wants to see exactly how we're doing. Like I said, I think we're up about 20 something units since inception. But we always close these out. So this one we got on a leg 3, this New Mexico cover, that's a 1 unit profit. And then sometimes we miss it on a leg 3, and here's the leg 4 I was talking about. Stupid mistake. But anyway, the one that we missed, this Dartmouth we missed, this was bullshit, by the way. We should have got this one. The game finished at 134. According to team rankings, they went over, but we got hosed, unfortunately. We got flossed pretty good. But my point is, that's a loss. That's 7 units lost. Now, again, I went into one thing. We're not always going to profit just 1 unit, because sometimes what happens is for a leg 2 or a leg 3, I'll pick a money line, and then we're going to get exponentially more than we would have got, playing it as a leg 1. It gets complicated. But the point is, we put a lot of thought into it, and I thank Chris. I thank all the people that helped me with the just charting sometimes, like, you know, making sure my numbers are right, and all the people that just have shown support. So I wanted to cover that, but I also wanted to really just go into the Ravens because obviously they're playing tomorrow. Playing, tomorrow's in 36 minutes, so it's, going to be the 4 o'clock game, and I wanted to get the Packers. I already went into them in my video, but I didn't go into how many units I liked them for because I wasn't sure, and I wasn't too sure about, again, how much I liked the Ravens Texans, and it's worth a leg 3 with knowing CJ did the unspeakable. So yeah, I think we'll have another good day tomorrow, and just let me know what you think. It will be going live. This isn't one of those excuse type deals, but my stepfather was admitted into the hospital, and we were in and out all day just trying to get answers. So I got this video out basically the second I got home because I'm probably going to pass out after this. I still do want to go live, although Sunday might be a little better, which might work out anyway because it'll be Chiefs Bills. Tomorrow it might be pretty hectic because we'll be up there again probably most of the day. So if that's cool, we can do a live on Sunday, and we could talk about the Saturday games. We already have them covered, which is cool. I'll still put out the Sunday in time, beforehand. But we could probably, I thought the Chiefs Bills would be the game people wanted to go over anyway. So I'll put out an official post. So we'll see what you guys want to do with that. But I just thought I'd bring that up now too, in case I can't get a video out before the next football one. So thank you everyone. I appreciate everyone. Like I said, just long day. So I wanted to make sure I got all these picks out, got them right, and recapped our night as we always do. So take care and happy earnings.